When we talk about a company, we mean tens or maybe hundreds of employees, but what if I say a huge company with thousands of employees? What if I said Tesla, Amazon and other companies? Yes, today we will see the richest CEOs in the world and how much money they make. Take a deep breath as the numbers can shock you. Number 10. Leonardo Del Vecchio. Leonardo Del Vecchio is an Italian businessman who has a net worth of $20 billion. Leonardo Del Vecchio is the founder and chairman of Luxottica, the world's largest producer and retailer of sunglasses and prescription glasses. Luxottica's US chains include Sunglass Hut and LensCrafters, as well as brands like Ray-Ban and Oakley. Number 9. Lee Kun-hee. Lee Kun-hee was a South Korean businessman who had a net worth of $20 billion at the time of his death in 2020. That net worth made him the richest person in South Korea. He was the CEO of Samsung Group, a massive South Korean conglomerate which was founded by his grandfather. Samsung, as you may know, is most widely recognized for its very successful electronics division. Lee died in October 2020 at the age of 78. Number 8. Michael Dell. Michael Dell is an American business executive and technology entrepreneur who has a net worth of $30 billion. Dell dropped out of college and abandoned his unfinished medical degree to start a computer repair business that would prove to be extremely profitable. This $1,000 venture eventually grew into Dell, Inc. Michael continues to serve as the CEO and chairman and founder of Dell Technologies, which is one of the largest computer infrastructure companies in the world. Number 7. Phil Knight. Phil Knight is an American businessman, sports fan and philanthropist who has a net worth of $44 billion. Phil Knight earned his net worth as the founder and largest individual shareholder of Nike Incorporated. Phil Knight controls 24% of the world's largest athletic shoe and sports apparel company, Nike. He holds Class A and Class B shares through a Delaware-based holding company appropriately named Swoosh. Knight's son Travis owns 10% of Swoosh, although they are still credited to Phil. Nike had revenue of $32 billion in 2016 and owns the Converse and Jordan brands. Number 6. Jack Ma. Jack Ma is a Chinese businessman and investor who has a net worth of $58 billion. He is best known as the co-founder and former executive chairman of the multinational conglomerate, Alibaba Group. He is the richest person in China and the richest person on the continent of Asia. Ma's wealth mostly comes from his 6.3% stake in Alibaba Group Holdings, roughly 160 million shares, and the online payment service Alipay. Number 5. Larry Ellison. Larry Ellison is an American billionaire entrepreneur who has a net worth of $84 billion. Larry Ellison earned his enormous fortune as the founder of software giant Oracle. He also served as CEO until September 2014. Ellison's net worth makes him one of the 10 richest people in the world behind other tycoons like Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett and Bernard Arnault. For a brief period in the 1990s, Larry was the richest person on the planet when his net worth topped Bill Gates as Microsoft stock slumped due to the Department of Justice's antitrust investigation. At various times Larry has been the highest paid executive in the world, taking home north of $90 million in some years. Number 4. Steve Ballmer. Steve Ballmer is an American businessman and sports team owner who has a net worth of $87 billion. Steve Ballmer is best known for his association with Microsoft and for owning the Los Angeles Clippers. His extremely high net worth makes him one of the wealthiest individuals on the planet. Most of his wealth is the result of his shares in Microsoft. The vast majority of Steve Ballmer's net worth is derived from his 333.3 million shares of Microsoft stock. Over the years he has sold $3.4 billion worth of stock and collected roughly $4.5 billion from dividends. Despite being a multi-billionaire, Ballmer still drives a Ford in honor of his father who was a Ford manager. Number 3. Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg is an American technology entrepreneur and philanthropist who has a net worth of $98 billion. As of this writing, that makes Mark the third richest person on the planet. Out of the top 100 richest people in the world, Mark is the youngest. Out of the top 30, he's the youngest by more than a decade. Perhaps not surprisingly, the vast majority of Mark's fortune is attributable to his shares in Facebook. Mark currently owns around 400 million total shares of Facebook, broken up into various classes that have different voting privileges. He owns around 12 million Class A shares of Facebook and 365 million of Class B shares, roughly 81% of all the B shares. Number 2. Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is an American philanthropist, businessman and space explorer who is probably best known for creating Amazon.com. Jeff Bezos is the founder, chief executive officer, president, and chairman of the board of Amazon.com. He first surpassed Bill Gates in terms of wealth in July 2017. He was the richest person in the world without interruption between October 2017 and January 2021. Jeff Bezos has a net worth of $194 billion. Number 1. Elon Musk. And who don't know him? Elon Musk is a South African-born Canadian-American businessman, inventor, and investor who has a net worth of $202 billion. Though he wears many hats and is constantly topping his latest project, he is currently best known for being as the CEO and CTO of SpaceX, CEO and Chief Product Architect of Tesla Motors and Chairman of SolarCity. He is also one of the wealthiest people on the planet. Elon Musk owns roughly 20% of Tesla's outstanding shares and 48% of the privately held SpaceX. He also controls roughly $50 billion worth of unrealized gains in vested options earned from an extremely ambitious and generous pay package negotiated in 2018. So there you have the 10 richest CEOs in the world. What do you think? Who will be at the top of the list in the coming months? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe and turn on post notifications. Love you all, see you soon.